South African, a very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express, and I'm Jeannie D, and I'm so happy that it's Wednesday. Thursday.
Absolutely.
It's Thursday.
Absolutely. Welcome
it's the start
to
of
it.
The long weekend.
Yeah, we're about to usher you into the nearing long weekend, and it's going to be a good one. And what we have lined up for you is going to be smashing. It's not going to get hot in the loft today. Joining us up front is actor. It is going to get hot in the loft today. Is actor Lemogang Tsipa, who has steadily climbed the ranks on the entertainment scene over the past few years, and famously starred in the acclaimed South African film Beyond the River last year. I'll tell you another thing of his that is expanded are his biceps, so do look out for those.
Yeah, I thought you said it wasn't going to get hot in here. Somebody's definitely getting hot in here. We also have two very stylish men joining us from West Africa, the co-founders of the Play Network Nigeria, a lifestyle network that connects individuals and businesses across the continent. So if you're a budding entrepreneur or an artist, make sure you stay tuned.
Then it's all about beauty in the next installment of our Dr. Anushka Reddy series. And we've got dermatologist Dr. Gancho in the loft to answer your questions. Today we'll be discussing dark spots and uneven skin tone. So if you want to ask anything on the topic, do tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express. Comment on our Facebook page or do call us live on 021 430 9881.
Plus, it is World Allergy Week. And we chat to pharmacodynamic spokesperson Nicole Jennings about a really interesting discovery by scientists that could be the answer to reducing allergy sensitivity in people who suffer from things like hay fever and eczema. It's a revolutionary thing. I really need it.
You're almost allergic to everything.
I'm allergic to everything, especially this
one. You're also allergic to Danilo.
What I'm going to say is bless you then. Bless you, Jeans. All right, guys, besides the show today being completely packed full of amazing guests, we've also got that incredible aroma of one of my favorite things of all time. Any family home that doesn't smell like this at some point in its life has never become a real good
Potpourri.
No, It's freshly baked bread. And Clem is going to show us how to make the most delicious way to do it.
And actually, I'm going to use milk to teach you how to make the most tender buns you've ever felt in your life.
I like tender buns.
I love tender buns.
Me too.
No, come on now.
Oh, come on, Clem. It's going to be a great show today, guys. Make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be absolutely epic. And head over to our social platforms, hashtag Afternoon Express. Let's meet our first guest. Actor Lemogang Tsipa is on a mission to stamp his name on the international stage. Last year, he starred as the lead in the acclaimed sports drama Beyond the River, which followed the journey of a young man competing in the Doozy Canoe Marathon. He also had a role in the Hollywood film Eye in the Sky, starring Breaking Bad's Aaron Paul and Dame Helen Mirren. How cool is that? And in 2015, he landed a part in the historical miniseries, The Book of Negroes.
A few of us Canvastown Negroes met up with General Gorn after he was attacked by Benedict Arnold's rebels.
Is Shakura alive? Is he alive?
Many men died. British, Negroes. We retreated. It was every man for himself.
Freddy, is Shakura alive?
I saw him get shot by musket fire up in our non-Negro. I saw him fall. Claiborne done picked him up and put him in the bush. We couldn't move him. He was bleeding too much from musket fire. A white farmer lord of King George, he hit us.
What farmer? What's his name?
Fleming.
Wow, joining us in the loft is the man himself, Lemogang Tsipa. Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me.
I mean, basically, you're the next Denzel Washington.
I hope so.
I think so, definitely. You've just got such an amazing body of work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You really are.
It's been such a pleasure watching you grow. And what's always stood out for me is that I know you personally, and I know that you're very lighthearted and you're funny and you're really a cool dude to be around. But you also pick a lot of dark roles, a lot of heavy roles. Do you find that you're drawn to them or that they're drawn to you?
I think I'm drawn to them, and I think it's something that's very far removed from me, so it makes me feel like I'm acting. If I play something that's too close to home, I just feel like I'm being myself,
Yeah.
which doesn't usually end well.
But you started acting so many years ago, and you started working as an actor while you were studying.
Yeah.
What was your approach to studying, and what was that like, balancing the studying and acting at the same time? Like, what did they have to teach you?
No, I think the interesting thing was I just had a clear understanding that the structures of the industry don't just take you in, so I need to sort of find my footwork while I'm studying, because there's nothing harder than being a graduated actor, looking for work.
Sure.
So I just sort of try to find the work, and balance was just depending on which was the priority at the time. There were times where I'd had to focus on the professional work just to get the bills sorted, and there's times where I had to focus on my schoolwork because that was the primary thing at the time.
Yeah. You've also been freelancing for quite some time at the start of your career, and now you've settled into something quite regular, right?
Yes.
It's a telenovela.
Yes.
It's Tembiso.
Yes.
How different is it working on the same set with the same people every day so rigorously compared to your freelance life?
I think it's a lot more interesting. I prefer it because you build more of a relationship with people, a working relationship with your colleagues, your directors, etc., etc. And it allows one to also build a relationship with the audience at large, which is, I think, a crucial thing to have.
Yeah.
And you have worked with such amazing people, but what was it like working with Dame Helen Mirren?
So I worked with Helen Mirren, but we never worked together on the same day. The days where she was working, I was fortunate to go on set and peep. And then the days where we were shooting, because we were communicating in the film, but then it was green screen, so I was speaking to a green screen, imagining her,
man.
which is a little bit sad.
That's quite difficult to do.
It is. It's very challenging.
What is the process of talking to a green screen?
You just need a really good director to help you sort of pitch where that delivery was from that person and to keep it on the same wavelength, because you don't want to throw it here, meanwhile they're throwing it on like a different...
Exactly.
Yeah. You also had the opportunity to work with Kenneth Brenner on Wallander, which we both happened to work on. What was it like working with Sir Kenneth Brenner?
Sir Kenneth is very, very good. He's achieved a lot in his life, and he's very down to earth for a man of his accolades. Our relationship was pretty good. And he allowed me to take him out for lunch and pick his brain, and I learned a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You've also diversified into fashion.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, later on in the show,
You
we're
are
going to be
quite a
speaking
stylish cat.
about diversifying revenue streams. But tell us about this journey into fashion.
I found that men's fashion was very limited. I mean, every single time I walk into any store, it's very hard for us to express ourselves in terms of the way we dress as opposed to ladies. You guys have options between short dresses, long dresses, skirts, shirts, baggy shirts,
or nothing.
You know what I mean? Guys, it's just...
Eugenie's case. Eugenie's case or nothing.
But I found that with guys, we sort of suffered because it's always just pants or a shirt or whatever. So I'm trying to play around with those things and try find something a little bit more.
But you're working on a women's collection as well?
Yes. We're working on 16 looks. 5 men, 5 women, and 6 unisex.
I cannot wait.
Are you willing to diversify as far as even wearing a skirt? Are we going to see you in a skirt soon, or a dress?
Not soon, but
dress,
at some point I think I might explore the skirt thing, but like more kilt inspired.
More kilt inspired.
I've worn a skirt before. It's very breezy. It's
very breezy.
Very refreshing compared to pants. Yeah.
You are wonderful. Well done on all of your work. We absolutely love watching you on the big screen.
Thank you.
We'll see you at the Oscars.
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully
Definitely. I'll interview you on the red carpet any day.
Looking forward to it.
Later on, we'll be discussing dark spots and uneven skin tone. So if you want to ask anything on the topic, tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express, comment on our Facebook page, or call us live on 021 430 9881.
And coming up after the break, we head to the kitchen for some freshly baked bread with a twist. Plus, we sit down with the stylish founders of the Play Network Nigeria. We'll be right back.
Is your hat
Clover No Lac, lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover. Clover fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, it's been a while since I've eaten bread, and now Clem is dragging me back to those old habits. Nothing beats the taste or the smell of freshly baked bread. And for our cheese and tomato pesto milk buns today, Clover fresh milk is the quintessential ingredient to make it even more exceptional. Remember, fresher is always bester. To get this tasty recipe sent to your device, all you need to do is SMS Clover to 33650, and it's quite easy and simple, so you have to try this at home. Clem,
Right.
yesterday we made that cake in milk, and I had a slice of that cake in milk, and it was just...
It's crazy, eh?
Oh, it was so delicious. So now, is this bread going to be like cakey?
It
because of the
really
milk?
is. It really is. And did you know milk is a trick to tender buns? It really is. So
Let's feel.
and
Yeah, they're quite tender.
okay, cool. Let's talk about this. We're gonna make a nice milk dough, and
Yeah.
it's a true story. Milk does this magic particle in milk that makes buns so soft. It's
Yeah.
really, really great. Bread buns.
Yeah.
Bread buns, cool. So we've got some all-purpose flour in there. We're gonna add some sugar. It's a very simple dough until we get to the part where we start adding the milk. Some yeast.
Yeah.
And we get a quick mix. Get it all married together.
Yeah.
Some salt.
Okay. Some eggs.
One huevo. Uno
One-
huevo. And then I'm going to ask you to start chopping up the cheese for me. Can you do that?
I can. How would you like me to cut
Like
it? Oh,
nice.
tussers. It'll change your choice in cheese.
Well, look at that. Some nice die-sized pieces, please, because that's going to get stuffed inside the bread.
Oh, wow. The whole thing. I'm going to put the whole thing in because we like...
No, I feel like you
love
would do
cheese.
that, though.
Yeah. There you
Gonna mix
go.
this all up. Get a
Okay.
nice dough happening.
Oh, this is going to be so delicious.
It's gonna be so
Big
good.
chunks of cheese within the bread.
You got it right.
Ooh, this is going to be a long winter. A long, tasty winter.
Okay. Then once it all comes together, you can get a beautiful, beautiful dough.
Yeah.
I've started cutting them into equal pieces, so I divided it into a half and then to a quarter, and each quarter in half again.
Okay.
So I should have got 2, 4, 16. Yeah?
Okay.
I cook, okay? I
You
cook.
do the maths, I do the fun.
There we
How's
go.
that?
16 pieces.
Where do I put the cheese?
So I need like perfect. That's exactly what I need. So I've rolled out a piece to like that size.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my piece of cheese, just like
Okay.
that, and tomato pesto. Now you can use any cheese you want, like a Gouda, cheddar, Tussers, blue cheese. Then you can use like pesto, normal basil pesto,
Yeah.
or tomato pesto like
Yum.
we're using.
Oh,
And
you
then
know
we're
what I would throw in there as well is a little bit of cream cheese and the cheese and the pesto. No? Right? Oh, there's a little fatty in me dying to come out.
All right, cool. Then what we're going to do is
Oh,
I've
yum.
got a baking tin over here,
Okay.
and I've got a ramekin right there. And I've also put some water in the center because I'm actually going to pack all the buns around the
Is
ramekin.
this what can I make my bun?
Please do. And then what
Okay.
you're going to do
Big
is
slice.
it's going to go to the oven. You're going to brush it with some egg. Let me do that, so let me just show you.
Yeah.
A nice egg wash.
Is that enough?
You tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no such thing
Let me
as
just show you
enough.
real quick. When it's all in there, give it a little brush with some scrambled egg.
Wait, I didn't even watch what you were doing, so now I'm just improvising. How's
You know
that?
what? Go for it. I mean, can it go wrong?
No.
No.
This is such a good flavor combination. Whatever you do with it, it is going to taste amazing.
Cool.
Oh.
And then once it's all packed in there, let them proof it, and then they go to the oven. You're gonna like tightly pack them. So they come out the oven looking beautiful like that. You remove the little thing in the center, and you put your favorite dipping sauce in the center.
That is amazing. Okay, wait, now I want to just
Show
have
me.
a little look.
The American name for this is monkey bread.
Why?
Pull apart bread. I don't know. But I mean, that's just what they call it. Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Look at that.
Look at that monkey bread.
And then you dunk it, and then you just put it in your mouth.
Oh, that's exactly what's going to happen now. They look so delicious to bite into. Don't forget to SMS Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent directly to your phone. And in case you missed any of the steps, here is a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover.
One of my favorite things in the world, that smell of freshly baked bread. And also food is obviously one of my most important things. The other that I love even more than that is entrepreneurship. And any entrepreneur will know that whether you're an artist or an entertainer yourself, it's not about who you know or what you know, it's about who you know that counts. Networking is the name of the game, and to get ahead in the life, you need to be connected to the right people. So joining us now are two of the guys behind African Focus Network for professionals and businesses in the lifestyle industry. It's called Play Network Nigeria. So very warm welcome to our two guests, Jeffrey as well as Kenneth, onto the show today. Good to have you guys with us.
Lovely to be here.
I feel like we should change the name towards the end there, because you guys are Pan-African and also sitting in Europe at the moment, in England as well.
Yes.
It's a very exciting thing, you know. Isn't your mom watching the show?
Hey, Mom. On the TV.
You've made it. Let's talk about the Play Network and what you guys do.
Well, Play Network is a platform for entrepreneurs, guys who have business ideas. We sat down together and thought about something that could really empower the next generation. So we're looking to connect people together, as it were.
So how does that work exactly? So it's an online platform to connect entrepreneurs together in different fields of industry. Yeah. How practically does it work?
Well, the most important thing is like exposure, you know, because we're young, you know, vibrant, youthful, and then this is the generation whereby opportunities are everywhere, all around Africa. So the reason why we're trying to create more opportunities through our platform is for people to be able to be exposed to every industry in Africa, from entertainment, fashion, photography, arts, lifestyle. Business networking is what we do.
Yeah, I've heard there's also accounting and engineering and so many different facets that you get involved in.
So many.
But I'm still trying to understand, as an entrepreneur myself, what happens when I go onto the platform? What do I look for? What do I do once I'm there?
So say, for instance, you're a fashionista, you're an entrepreneur. You can go and log in, get in your details. You log in and put in things that you want to look for. So, for instance, if you want to get fashionistas, say, in Angola or London, that connects you. If you're looking at people in, say, South Africa, or people in, in Lagos, for instance, that connects you. So the whole idea is logging in, putting in all your details, and making sure you're getting the right filter together.
Okay. In the world of business networking online, I mean, you've got your big applications like LinkedIn that exist. What kind of steps you guys apart from them and makes yourselves obviously a lot more useful than a platform like that?
Right. I think the whole idea, and Jeff would agree with me here, the whole idea is we're combining the app, which is, you log in on the internet or use an app, with lifestyle, with in-person lifestyle events. Okay. So, you're meeting people in person, and that gives greater connection.
So, say the networking lunches and things like that to be able to have these face-to-face conversations. Yeah. Is the application yourself, if I'm a person looking to do business across Africa, is the application free?
Yes, of course it's free. The most important thing is we've created an avenue for people to be able to access such stuff in Africa. If you're in South Africa and you want to shoot maybe a video in Nigeria or in Ghana, we have the network over there. So it's easy for you to access. Okay, who do I contact? How do I get this? How do I get that? How do I do this? How do I do that? Because you don't really know. You're oblivious to this. But we create the platform for you to be able to meet people, get the right agents for the appropriate thing you want to engineer.
Stunning. So it really is like a one-on-one kind of conversation, but happening digitally, which is so exciting because obviously if people want to do business across borders, to try and find the right people to do that is quite difficult. You have to phone around and ask a friend to connect a friend.
Somebody.
So how many people actually are on the platform? How many people can I network with online?
About 200,000.
Yeah, so far we have about 200,000.
Western Africa, and we believe that we want to create small communities and communities all around Africa so people can be able to interconnect from one part of Africa to the other. So, we want people in South Africa to know that, look, we're going to create opportunities for you, we're going to be able to get you out there, we're going to be able to make you feel that you're part of something that's big for this generation and going forward.
Stunning, guys. Well, really good work on this platform. Looking forward to go and find out more details. Obviously, South Africa, if you want to know more, you can go to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. All the details for how you can contact these guys will be there. It's really important as young entrepreneurs, vibrant people in South Africa, to be able to network with those across the border. There's so much happening in Africa at the moment. And if you just connect those two dots together, I promise you some amazing things can happen. So good luck to you guys with the rest of the platform.
Thank you so much. And it was good being here.
Awesome. Fantastic. Good to have you guys.
Thank you
Listen,
so much.
Later on in the show, we'll be discussing dark spots and uneven skin tone as well. So if you want to ask anything on that topic, you can tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express. You can comment on our Facebook page. There's a post up there for you, or call in live on 021 430 9881. And do you perhaps suffer from allergies? Well, this week is International Allergy Week, and after the break, we look at a new scientific discovery that can reduce allergy sensitivity. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, from pollen to skin to dust to pets to nuts, especially cats, you name it, someone you know is bound to have an allergy. Allergies are among the most common chronic conditions worldwide, and the symptoms range from just bad enough to make your day miserable to the extreme where you could face life-threatening reactions. And in breakthrough research, scientists have discovered a gene that could potentially reduce sensitivity to allergies, which could drastically change the way we treat allergies. Here to tell us about it is Nicole Jennings from Pharmacodynamics. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Why do people have allergies? Why do people get allergic?
Okay, well, allergies are actually an overreaction of the immune system to stimulus. So the immune system in people that have allergies incorrectly interpret a foreign body as damaging or harmful to the body.
Yeah.
Pollen, for example, or a sting from an insect. There's no real risk, but some people's immune systems just react very strongly. And what happens is, as soon as that allergen enters either the airways, if you have a allergy to pollen, for example, or on the skin, like urticaria, the histamine is released into the bloodstream, and this histamine then causes symptoms like your runny nose or sneezing, swelling and itching. And these symptoms don't play any real role in protecting the body, unfortunately, which is why allergies is such a difficult thing to manage, and it doesn't really serve a purpose in terms of protecting the body.
Totally. Because, I mean, are you always allergic, or do some people grow into allergies, and can you grow out of some allergies?
So mainly allergies come in children. The sad news is that food allergies can develop in adults as well later in life. In fact, research shows that 52% of Americans that have food allergies actually develop these allergies after the age of 18. More bad news for these people is if you develop your allergies as an adult, the chances of them disappearing later on in life is very slim. Whereas with children, the immune system is still quite agile, and you do still have a chance of sort of overcoming that allergy.
I mean, I'm allergic to literally everything. But now some people, their allergies range from just being a little bit itchy to having asthma, and it can get quite bad. What does it mean to go into anaphylactic shock?
Anaphylactic shock is probably the worst form of allergy. And what happens is a massive amount of histamine is released into the bloodstream. Your blood pressure drops drastically and your airways tighten. So that's why people struggle to breathe when they go into anaphylactic shock, and they might also feel a bit lightheaded. And a hormone that has the opposite impact on the body is adrenaline, also known as epinephrine. And that is the EpiPen that these people carry to basically reverse those symptoms, increase the blood pressure again, and just release the airway so the person can breathe. But anaphylactic shock is very serious. It's life-threatening if you don't have your treatment on you.
Now, tell me about this gene, because I would like to be the guinea pig, and I would really like that gene to take away all my allergies.
Okay, so there are two treatments that are relatively new and quite rare in South Africa. Most people just use the antihistamines and a nasal steroid or a topical antihistamine for allergy. Immunotherapy is a treatment where you are injected with an allergy shot, a small amount of the allergen, just to sort of warm up your immune system to this allergen. Not enough to cause a reaction, but it starts to make the immune system used to the allergy. At the moment, it's not widely available because our medication regulator approves it on a patient-by-patient basis. Then more exciting research at the World Allergy Congress showed that in mice, they used a treatment, gene therapy, to basically speak to the immune cells and to reverse the cell memory. So to put it simply, the cell forgets to react to the allergen, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, once the clinical trials have been completed and this kind of treatment can be rolled out in humans, it basically means you can reverse allergies.
Okay, what's our timeline? When is this going to be available?
Look,
I want it now.
Clinical trials, no. Clinical trials, they're very important to make sure that the medication is safe for humans to use as well. And it really depends on the type of data they can generate in terms of timeline. But one thing that people can do now, before this groundbreaking treatment becomes available, is go to an allergy specialist and ask for immunotherapy. The allergy specialist will then sort of motivate for you at the medicine regulator called SAHPRA. That's the South African Health Products Regulatory Authority. And they can then release immunotherapy for you to start.
So I can get it?
You can get immunotherapy.
Oh, that's amazing. And how need it.
And it's possible for this therapy to cure your allergy if it's effective in you.
That's actually life-changing.
It's
really.
life-changing. People with allergies struggle so much on a day-to-day basis. So it really is one of the most debilitating things to have if you know, especially during pollen season or if you're allergic to insect bites. So
you've got no idea.
Amazing stuff.
But also it makes sense to me because it almost sounds like a similar concept to when they take snake venom. And then, you know, with snake handlers, they inject the snake handlers with the venom so that the venom isn't that poisonous
Very
for them.
similar, very similar. It's like your cold and flu shot. It's a similar concept where they give you a little bit of the, in that case, you know, it's a dead disease that they're injecting with, so you won't get the cold or the flu. But again, you're just warming up the body, readying the immune system. So when that bug or that allergen enters the body, it doesn't respond as strongly.
And does it work for everybody on every level of being allergic?
Not necessarily. It's like medication. So, like your immune system can get used to one specific antihistamine. Some people need to swap between their antihistamines regularly because they, you know, they become sensitive to one. And then other people have one they swear by. You mentioned earlier you have one antihistamine that works for you. So it's a similar concept. It won't necessarily be effective in everyone. It might take longer in certain people. But I mean, even if you can just cure, you know, the odd percentage of people that struggle with allergies, it really is life-changing breakthrough.
Oh, I'm going to go and do it. It really, really is a good idea. Thank you so much for being on the
Thanks so
show.
much.
Now, whilst there's no silver bullet that can treat each and every symptom for allergies, antihistamines, decongestants, and other treatments can offer some relief. So for more information on understanding your allergies and the treatment options available, you can visit allergyexpert.co.za.
Pharmacodynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
So later we'll be discussing dark spots and uneven skin tone. So if you want to ask anything on the topic, tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express. Comment on our Facebook page, please. Or do call us live on 021-430-9881. After the break, we turn our attention to beauty as we catch up with Dr. Anushka Reddy. And today's topic of discussion is symmetry. Did you know studies have shown that we're more likely to be attracted to people with symmetrical facial features? Well, to find out more, stay tuned. We'll be right back. A warm welcome back to Afternoon Express live on SABC3. Now, no human has a perfectly symmetrical face, except if you're me, of course. But however, studies have shown that we're more likely to be attracted to people with symmetrical facial features. Today, aesthetics wonder Dr. Anushka shows us how a symmetrical feature can bring out more of your inner beauty.
I'm Dimi Madisakwane. I'm a medical doctor. I have 2 children. My son is 20, my daughter is 14 years old. I came to Dr. Reddy because I've seen a lot of patients that she has touched before, and I have trust in her because of the detail that she puts in her work.
I'm very excited to be seeing a colleague today. Dr. Tumi was referred to me, and I'm very curious to see what it is that she wants me to help her with. So, Dr. Tumi, what brings you to see me today?
I'm here to get a little bit of balance on my face. I see that it's not as proportionate as I would like it to be.
Right, so as you know, you're an aesthetic doctor. Proportions and symmetry in the face is very important. Now, is there anything specific that you want me to address?
I've got, you know, the circles around my eyes, the dark circles. I look tired.
So we can easily correct those hollows, and it just involves a few injections. I think when I look at you, the first thing I would really like to maybe add volume in is your nose. I think just projecting your nose anteriorly just gives your face this, you know, much more narrower appearance.
I've never thought about it, but you know what? Let's go for it.
And tell me, I'm also very curious about your jawline. Do you grind your teeth?
So far not aware of, and I've never been told, but it's possible when I'm sleeping.
With you, I see that the jawline is a bit square, so I would certainly look at maybe adding a little bit of Botox into that muscle, just to relax the muscle and to narrow your face. And I think adding a bit of a chin projection will also all contribute to just getting the symmetry and the balance in your face as close as possible to this divine proportion.
Let's go for it.
Let's start.
This procedure is going to make me feel younger, more confident, and I'm excited. I can't wait for the change.
I am a little bit excited and a little bit nervous that another doctor is coming to see me today. She is in the field of aesthetic medicine, so her understanding of it is just as good as mine. Dr. Tumi was concerned that certain parts of her face were not in proportion. What her concern was her eyes. She complained of these dark hollows under the eyes making her look tired. My concern on her face though was her nose. I just felt the length of her nose in relation to her face was too short. So we both agreed that we would add some filler to that area, as well as a bit of Botox into the masseter muscle, just to shrink it a little bit and to restore that triangular contour of her face. In addition, I added fillers to her cheeks as well as to her chin, and adding that tiny bit of filler to her chin increased it by just 2 millimeters, but that made such a huge difference to the overall symmetry of her face. The product that I love using is Radiesse. I feel that it gives patients an absolutely fabulous result. What I love about it is that it gives a lift and a contour to the face that other fillers do not. So these small little tweaks will just, you know, overall just give her this edge that she's looking for. By adding 2 millimeters to the chin, we now have the lower, middle, and upper face in perfect proportion. So once the products take effect, we'll be able to assess if you need a follow-up, and for now we'll see you in 6 weeks.
Thank you, Doc. I'll see you in 6 weeks. I'm happy with what I see on my mirror.
The estimated downtime from injectable fillers varies from patient to patient. It's also based on the injection techniques used. Dr. Reddy has asked to see Dr. Tumi after 6 weeks again to examine her results.
I'm happy with my results. My expectations were met. My eye bags have disappeared. My nose, people have commented, I'm happy with it, and my chin is also aligned properly. I'm happy.
Tumi, good to see you again. And I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. But tell me, how was your progress?
Following the procedure, everything went well. Recovery, there was no pain. Swelling a bit the next day, which was the chin. But overall, I was fine.
Tumi, I'm very happy with the result. The result I'm seeing is a nose that's very structured, cheeks that are very natural and beautifully defined. But for me, the best result is the chin and the masseter muscle. That just gives the face a very sculpted look, but all looks very natural and you still look like yourself.
I'm happy, thank you.
Excellent. The before and after results speak for itself. She's absolutely thrilled with the result. I think going with what I suggested as well in terms of the Botox in her muscles, contouring her chin has given her that really sculpted look, and I think she's quite happy and thrilled with it.
Wow.
What do you think?
You know what? She was so beautiful to start off with.
Yeah.
So I think initially, and this is where a good doctor is, I think this is where the talents lie. Because she was so beautiful to start off with, my naked eye wouldn't have seen anything wrong with her to do.
Absolutely.
And so, but yet, when you look at the after, it's amazing.
It's
how little
definitely
tweaks-
enhanced. Yeah, it's definitely enhanced. Do you think your face is symmetrical? Because I think mine is.
Is your, you know, they say that that's what actual beauty is when your face is perfectly symmetrical. But mine isn't, because that side, if I look at that angle and that one, it's very different. But gee, I really want to get it symmetrical. Just 'cause I'm very...
Well, I could go to Dr. Anushka for a bit of a under eye what, you know?
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with a little bit of a
bit of a tweak and a ooh la la. So Mother's Day is around the corner and we want all the moms to feel young again. So this one is for you. You can stand the chance of winning a tailor-made Medisculpt Mother's Day treatment, which will be featured right here on Afternoon Express. All you need to do is go to our Facebook page and tell us why you deserve to win.
Yeah. That's very exciting. So be sure to follow Dr. Anushka Reddy on Instagram for the latest updates in aesthetics treatments.
Such an exciting time. I can't believe already Mother's Day is just around the corner. It feels like this year just got started and it's about to end pretty soon. It's crazy, crazy times how fast this year is going by. And stay tuned to Afternoon Express and don't forget to give us a call live 021 430 9881 as we continue our conversation today on Afternoon Express. We'd love to be able to hear from you. When we return, all of our guests join us back on the couch.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, a healthy glowing complexion is the epitome of youth and as such is lauded as an accessory in its own right. Now, as subjective as beauty may be, when it comes to skin aspirations, flawless and even skin tone crops up time and time again, especially with our South African climate. So today, we have Dr. Nompelo Gancho in the loft with us to talk all things uneven skin tone, dark spots, and what exactly causes these concerns. Welcome to the loft, Doctor. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, your skin is absolutely flawless, so you've obviously never had these types of problems. But when it comes to dark spots and pigmentation and uneven skin tone, South African women seem to really struggle with that. Is it what causes it?
What causes uneven skin is basically the production of more melanin on the skin. So melanin is produced by the melanocytes, which are the cells that gives us the color. So in certain areas, due to certain things, it causes more production of melanin. So some of the things that can cause the production of more melanin in certain areas is what we call sunspots. So you'll get those in the face, like more sun-exposed areas, the neck. And then also hormones play a big role. So you get what we call melasma in those cases. So it can be hormones. You get people that are pregnant, usually on the second, on their third trimester. And also people that are taking oral contraceptives can also have that. And also if you get a trauma on your skin, then your skin, when it heals, you get the pigmentation, especially with people of color. So people that usually have acne, and they pick on their acne, then they ended up with pigmentation.
Absolutely, I hear you. I mean, that's happened to me before. So I typically have suffered from uneven skin tone and dark spots from time to time. When one is looking for a product that's good for that, what should one look for in a product?
Okay, it's important first to understand exactly what is causing you to have the pigmentation so that you can avoid those things. And it's also important to know that there's no overnight solution. The quick fixes are not good. So go for a brand that is recommended, that has done some clinical studies, that does show the efficacy of the products. And also what is important to look for in your product, it needs to be a product that is going to decrease the production of melanin and be able to remove the melanin on your skin and also be able to help you just to clear your skin.
Yeah.
So.
And here's something that a lot of people with darker skins don't realize. You need sunscreen.
A good sun protection,
I mean,
always.
I feel like I wish I'd known this from a really young age. I always took it for granted that my skin was more, had an ability to protect me from sun damage. But everybody's skin needs sunscreen. And I've recently learned that you're basically reversing the effects of what you're doing if you don't wear sunscreen. Please talk to us about how important sunscreen is.
That's true. So sunscreen is a very important thing that one, even if you're having your makeup on, underneath, just put on your sunscreen because most makeups are not protective.
Yes.
There's usually SPF of 15. So what happens with the sun causes more darkening of your skin. So it damages your melanocytes and then you produce more melanin and then you ended up with pigmentation. So what sunscreen does, it basically protects how many photons does go to your skin of the sun.
Yeah.
So it basically gives you that protection. And also what is important is that darker people usually needs a lesser SPF than the light-colored people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
I'm a big fan of sunscreen now. So earlier on, we asked you to please send us your questions about your skin concerns, especially when it comes to uneven skin tone and dark spots and pigmentation. And Duduzi Nkosinathi Mlangeni asked us, good afternoon. I'd like to know how to get rid of my pimples and dark spots on my face. Thank you so much for your question, Duduzi. Doctor, could you address that for us, please?
Okay, so it's clear there that the pimples are causing the pigmentation. So that's the acne I was talking about. So it is important for him to have his acne treated first, and then he deals with his pigmentation. So there are certain products that one can use to help to prevent, to clear up the skin with pigmentation. But it's important the causal root needs to be treated first, and then you can deal with the pigmentation as well. Yeah.
Right. We do actually have a caller on the line. Tembi. Hello, Tembi.
Hi, Connie. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Welcome to Afternoon Express. What's your question?
Thank you so much. Hi, doctor.
Hi, Timmy.
I always wear sunblock, but I seem every single time I go into the sun, I have these dark spots. And I'm stressing out because I'm getting married in December, and the last thing I want to do is look uneven on my wedding day. I wear sunscreen in the morning. I just don't know.
Okay, thank you for your question, Tembi.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Tembi, for your question. It's sometimes people don't understand some of the things that you put on your skin do irritate your skin as well. So it's important that you check your sunscreen is not irritating your skin as well. And also it's important that when you go out, you do reapply your sunscreen. It is stated that you must apply your sunscreen when you're outside every 2 hours. So for you, it's important when you go out, just before you go out, which is the biggest mistake that people make, you apply your sunscreen, then you go out. You're supposed to apply it 30 minutes before you go outside. Then you go outside. When you're outside, please make sure that you reapply your sunscreen. But firstly, since you said you are using your sunscreen, it's important to make sure that your sunscreen is not the one that is irritating your skin as well.
Absolutely, and I think it's also important to explain to our viewers out there that when you speak of trauma to the skin, you're speaking about anything that causes inflammation in the skin. Am I right?
True, yes.
Yes. So obviously pimples cause inflammation
and then you start
irritation.
picking up your pimples and also irritation. Most of the things that do have perfume in them, for some people, especially people that have got eczema, they do irritate their skin. So you have to stay away from those things that irritate your skin.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned earlier, I've struggled with uneven skin tone myself and dark spots. And actually, when I was younger, I had a little bit of acne, and so it left a lot of the trauma, left a lot of pigmentation on my skin. And then I started using these products by Aven, and I basically use a dark spot corrector, a deep pigment serum, and sunscreen, which are really, really, really important. And I've seen such great results. My skin is just far more radiant, and it's healthier, and also it's preventing the developing of new spots because I'm using sunscreen. Cool.
Yeah, and it's important. It's a brand that has been proven it works because they do a lot of clinical trials on their products, so they do show efficacy on their products. So it's good, and also they don't have perfume in their products, and they also have that they prevent the melanin production, they protect, because the product is an antioxidant as well, so it does protect your melanocytes from being damaged as well. So.
Absolutely, and I know a lot of people with darker skins, one of their main concerns is if I wear sunscreen, it leaves a white residue on my skin. But I really find that the sunscreen that I use from Aven, it just like melts into my skin beautifully because it's just light and it's not too greasy and it leaves no white residue, so I don't feel like I'm adding on all this grease onto my skin. Yeah, but thank you so much for joining us today, Doctor.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So the Aven Deep Pigment range helps reduce the appearance of existing dark marks and prevents new marks from forming. You can get 50 Rand off your first purchase by SMSing the word Deep Pigment to 30845. SMSs free of charge. T's and C's apply. That's not all though. 3 lucky viewers will stand the chance of winning an Aven product hamper tailored to your skin needs. All you need to do is go over to our Afternoon Express Facebook page and answer the easy Aven question. T's and C's are available on afternoonexpress.com.
Soothing by nature.
Didn't know, and I'm busy doing boomerangs.
Shooting behind the scenes content.
You were such a distraction.
I know, I'm sorry. We're just having lots of fun. Having so much fun.
It happens when you work with children.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Don't work with children or animals, and that's exactly what we have in this loft every single day.
Doc, thank you. We actually were listening to all of the conversations around sun care and obviously making sure to look after your skin, and those kind of answers you gave to our guests and our audience is really awesome. So thank you very much for coming to join us today.
Thank you very much for having me on your show.
You're phenomenal.
So make sure you celebrate Freedom Day with us tomorrow as we hang out with Good Hope FM presenter Nosipho Tisani. Plus, we have a live performance by singer Zandile Tlapi.
It's going to be a really cool day tomorrow.
What are you guys doing on your holiday tomorrow?
We're working, Bonnie. You know this.
I know.
I'm not. I'm going to Africa Burn.
Oh, no. Virginia's not going to be here. We'll see you tomorrow. Bonnie and myself. Good night. Happy eating.
Bye.
God bless.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.